Pull the curtain tight, put a tight, put a tight. love the days are gone. Oh, I love the days. Oh, I love the days are gone. Oh, I love the days.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hey Liam.
Hey everyone on the internet. Terry, what'd you do this week?
Hi guys.
Hi.
Can I wish Meg Mulligan a happy birthday?
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, let's do a little around the camera check. What are you drinking? What do you got?
Pilsner Urquell in
Very nice.
in honor of our guest today.
Classic.
Okay.
Classic.
Yeah.
I have a Four Winds Elementary Lager.
Ooh, looks highly profitable.
Four Winds, delicious actually. It's one of the best lagers out there.
I do a lot of tasting as part of my jobs, and I've had this one in the fridge down here, and that's the only marking on it.
Ouch.
I think it's just dude or something.
It doesn't say ouch.
I don't know what it is. We're going to find out.
Do you have an opener for that, Terry?
Huh?
You have an opener there, or you got to run away and get an opener?
I got to open
good.
this.
Good man.
Woo, thank God. So we've got a pretty awesome all-round dude fella, a very talented friend of ours on the show this week, and none other than Mr. Adrian Glynn, who's going to be joining us, actor, singer, part of a juggernaut of a Canadian folk troubadour called the Fugitives. And he is going to be joining us from Falls Creek, I think. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, let's see where he's at. Hey, Adrian. How you doing?
Hey, guys. I'm doing great.
Hey, man.
Did he get your credits right? How was that introduction?
I think more. I think you should have added more.
I said I'm an actor and a singer. Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's most of what I do. I mean, I rollerblade. He could have said that, but
Oh, I didn't. I'm trying to learn from Terry every week. So I was like, folk juggernaut. What can you put in front of folk that's not folk?
I like Juggernaut. I like that a lot.
Juggernaut's good. It's not used that
Yeah.
often. Hey, are you down at your place in Falls Creek, or where are you at?
I am. Yeah, you know this place well.
Well, I
You've
was just trying
crashed
to-
you've crashed here many a lady.
I have indeed crashed there many nights. I've recorded many a good record across the street at Afterlife,
Yeah.
which was formerly Mushroom. And yes, thank you many times over. Thank you for letting me stay at your place throughout the years. And this is payback.
my
You get to be
pleasure.
on the show.
Yeah. Good deal.
Aw. Terry,
Yes, sir.
have you crashed over at Adrian's place throughout the years?
I have not. I've crashed at Mushroom.
Have you?
Nice.
Oh yeah, I've seen some great sessions at Mushroom. Oh my God, I saw a Heart recording.
Wow.
I actually sat down. I had to do something. I had to go in and deliver something. I sat down on the sofa and oh man, Mama Let Him Play. Jerry Doucette.
Oh wow.
That incredible solo that he left on that right at the end. He did it in front of me. My timing was impeccable to walk in, and he did that solo, and we all broke for lunch. It was fantastic. Anyway,
He did that solo before lunch.
yep. Well, he had missed it the night before, and he came back to redo it, and that's the redo.
Wow. That's I think I've
Adrian, I want to know who's your agent?
My they're called Principal's Talent.
Okay.
Ooh.
Principals.
Principals talent.
Big players in the business. By the way, did you guys agree when you did your webinar yesterday, the cast of your film Volition, did you talk about whether production was coming back and was it going to happen? What's going on? What's going on in the business?
This is my agent. Yeah, production. I've actually had a couple auditions in the last couple weeks. I had a voiceover audition yesterday morning, and then I've had a couple like Zoom, I've had a couple self tapes for like.
So with the audition, did you actually walk in?
No.
To a room?
So auditions
Okay.
they're not doing in-person auditions. What they're doing is you send a self tape, and then if you get a call back, they'll do like a Zoom call so that they can give you redirection in real time.
That's better.
Yeah.
Is it better or is it worse? Because you're not feeding off their nerves.
Doing it by yourself is awful. It's horrible.
Well, there's I don't know. There's good things and bad things. The nice thing about auditioning at home is that you can, you don't have to worry about the nerves as much. You can control it. You can do as many takes as you want, and so that's actually like pretty good because auditioning has got to be one of the strangest things you can do. Like it's not really quite a performance. You're expected to like have everything ready to go, but unlike theater where you are also expected to walk this tightrope, you don't know what's going to happen. You often don't know what the room will look like. You don't know what the reader is going to be like. You don't know where the camera is going to be, and so you're being asked to deal with all these variables and then still deliver exactly what you prepared under a lot of pressure. It's a very strange thing to do.
That's good. Do you do better when producers and directors' legs are up on the table or off the table?
I prefer it if they're eating noisily. That really like helps me, especially if it's an emotional.
Oh my God!
scene.
Listen, I can remember doing a soliloquy, and I watched this guy reach underneath his chair and grab a bag of pretzels and bring it up, looking at me the whole time and getting them all into his mouth. And I'm near tears. I was so pissed at that man, I could have killed him.
Wait, was that in the Molson Golden era or what, Terry?
No. This is whole nother thing.
Oh,
Some weeks it's crazy. It's a couple a day, and you carry around those words as you know, Adrian. You carry around those words, and they don't leave you alone until you say them, and then you can get some sleep and get back to your life. It really does take over your life.
oh my God.
Oh, it's honestly, it's been nice in this COVID time to that auditions went on hold for a while because I'm always trying to do a ton of music stuff. Auditions, they just blow up your week. It's like learn 10 pages and spend like half your week like getting
what it is.
going.
It is like just about now on Friday afternoon. They or on a Friday afternoon they'll say at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They'll say this is for Monday morning. Completely screws up your weekend.
Yeah, exactly. So
What's the last? This is great. What's the last commercial that and either one of Adrian, since you're our guest, the last commercial that you had to like shove down your throat like a foot long, like just 4 days before.
Here's the thing, I have only ever booked one commercial in my entire career.
Wow.
One commercial, and that commercial happened. I shot that on I think March 9th. So like right before everything closed.
Yeah.
I shot like a Toyota commercial. I never get commercials. I'm too like I'm like evil. See, look at this. See how evil looking I am?
Adrian, did you say
Nobody wants me to sell their shit.
was that a Toyota commercial?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't look like that.
No, I didn't look like this at all.
I had a chance to do 3.5 years of commercials for the Gap in San Francisco on a personal services.
Wow.
What?
But
Are you kidding me?
But it allowed me to take acting in San Francisco for 3 years. It was a great time for me.
That's a really good gig. Did you get Gap clothing out of it? Did you get
I got as much Gap clothing as I could possibly wear, and the payout was fantastic. The personal service contract, I only worked every 5 weeks.
Man.
Oh my God.
That's the
amazing.
thing about commercials.
Cheers.
Yeah, right.
Cheers. So,
It's like-
Hey, you've got
Liam, take control of the show.
yeah,
Come on.
Liam, you got to. Where are we, Liam?
Where are we? Well, I want to hear some songs. I really do. But all this talk of acting, you just released a movie, right?
Well, I didn't release it, but I'm in
Well,
it.
a movie was released starring you. Okay, excuse me. So yeah, you are the principal actor in a new movie that was just released, which is on the Apple Store for rental underneath Tom Hanks. Is that true?
Underneath Tom.
Underneath Tom
We're
Hanks.
competing with Tom.
Great. I'm really excited about that, actually.
3 degrees of Forrest Gump. Forget
Yeah.
6.
No kidding.
What's can you fill us all in with how it's gone on the second round, because it came out last year, right? Last fall.
It came out. Its first festival. So it's like really its debut was April of 2019, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
over a year ago, and then it had this crazy run of festivals all over the world, which was totally unexpected. Like it's not an art house film. It's very much like a sci-fi psychological thriller.
Yeah.
So it wasn't going to be going to like Cannes or Sundance or anything like that.
Yeah.
As nice as that would have been, that's not what we expected. But there's all these great sci-fi festivals and actually horror festivals booked it, and all kinds of different independent film festivals booked it. So it went all over the world.
Can we show a trailer to our audience before we get into it, so they can see what the festival
Oh yes,
wanted to see? All right. Well,
Roll it, Liam.
My mother died when I was 7 years old in a car accident. I saw it 2 months before it happened.
Jimmy in the flesh. So how's life?
It's day to day, I'm James.
Angela.
I got a proposition for you. I need you to do that thing you do in that head of yours. I need you to find safe passage for these.
I saw my death.
I warned you, didn't I?
I had no choice. I needed the work.
Of course you had a choice.
It's not what I saw.
How long have you been like this?
It's more of an affliction, sadly.
You make it sound like a disease.
What about him saying that he saw the handoff?
You know how many things are in that guy's head? Who knows what he saw?
We're not safe here. We gotta go.
I thought you said you saw this working out.
I did.
And what happened?
I don't know.
Right now, you've got to do everything in your power to change this. You've got to leave now.
What's happening?
You're beginning to fragment.
You drilled it into me, my choices.
This is going to be hard to understand. Maybe it's time you learned the truth about your condition.
So it's not a musical.
that's not a musical.
Not yet.
It was
Wow,
Cassini.
man.
Cassini,
That
the
was
bad
incredible.
guy.
Well, there's 2 Cassinis in that movie. Both John and Frank are in it. But John, who I'm guessing we haven't talked about this yet, but John's the bad guy. They're both bad guys actually, but John's the main bad guy and Frank's like a henchman, assistant bad guy.
Okay. Well, congratulations, first of all.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
It looks absolutely terrifying.
Now, about your music career.
How do you segue out of that? You know what?
Well, how you segue is get the man to play something, then we can talk about his music career.
And then
If
we
it's
can
okay with you guys. I'm dying to hear a tune.
yeah.
Okay. We can do that. Hold on one sec. I'm just gonna.
Hey,
put
can
you
I
guys-
fill in for? I don't know if Terry knows this, but I'm not going to fill in. You could bridge it here. Who did the soundtrack for this movie?
Ah, nice. Well, our dear friend and cohort Matthew Rogers did the soundtrack for this.
Wow.
Hey,
And so part of the reason for that is that so the director of the movie, Tony Dean Smith, he directed a music video for me years ago for a song called 7 or 8 Days. And
Yep.
that video actually is almost like a precursor for Volition,
Yes.
the feature film. Like the character I sort of play in that music video is essentially is what James was in the movie. Same exact look, same exact wardrobe, same kind of psychological feel. And so that song was on a record that Matthew Rogers produced. And so the director, Tony, loved that record. And when he was talking to me about who should score it, he was like, well, maybe we could get that guy that did that record Bruise for you. I was like, yeah, he's like does scoring all the time. He'd be great.
Get that axe
and
murder
so-
guy. That
Hey,
was a
exactly.
graphic video. That was super graphic, that video.
That's
I mean,
right. Yeah, it was.
That Matthew Rogers, he's dreamy.
He's so dreamy.
He's so dreamy.
By the way, Adrian, this is how the world works. Tony Dean Smith was one of the first directors, video directors that we ever played on Much West, on Much Music. He was
No
at the
way.
front of the pack.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, that's so
I
weird.
didn't know that at all.
Wow.
Well, that's amazing. Congrats on all that. I could just fill 20 more minutes of asking.
No, please.
Horror movie fans, because I know that those guys are pretty dedicated. But what tune are you going to play?
I figure I'll. Well, this is a bit of a departure from what we're talking about, but it's topical. I'm gonna play a song called Hammer. And how to prelude this song. I mean, I guess it came from just thinking about how much like white people suck.
Wow.
And I mean, you know, like we know white people suck in a lot of ways, and we're learning that more and more. And well, actually, it's our duty. I think it's our duty as white people to figure out how much we each suck.
I believe I think we're listening. I don't know that we're learning, but we're listening.
Yeah, and that's half the battle, right? And I think so part of my journey really started with this stuff a year and a half ago, and I my girlfriend recommended because I was just sort of, I think I was reading a lot about Indigenous stuff, and I just wanted to learn just more about race relations and things, and my girlfriend recommended this kind of book / program called Me and White Supremacy. It's by Layla F. Saad, and it's like a journaling program where you're essentially journaling to figure out where your privilege and your prejudices have lied throughout your life, and as white people we all have them, no matter how liberal and progressive we might be. We all have them, right? And so it was a very eye-opening experience, and the beginning of my journey on learning how much I suck, and so then I was writing songs at the time, so this is the song I wrote, which is kind of taking Pete Seeger's If I Had a Hammer and kind of messing with it a bit, and so it's a bit of a satirical tune, but anyway. If I had a hammer, I'd keep it in the closet, I'd keep it in the ether, with my thoughts and my prayers. I'd read about the marches and like them on Facebook. I'd keep my hands clean, yeah, I'd keep my hands fair. If I had a bell, I'd leave it on the mantle, I'd stuff it with velvet and shine up the brass. I'd have my friends over to talk about TV. Hey, what's with the bell? Nobody asks, 'cause I am a white man and I choose my causes. Then in the evening I'll go home to my bed, and I dream about danger, and I dream about warning. Wake up in the morning with a clear head. If I had a history, Well, I got a bell, and I got a hammer, I got a history, and nothing to say. But I like my family, I like employment, I like my head down, I hear better that way. Yeah, I keep my head down, I get by that way. The love between my brothers and my sister.
you borrow a little license in there, just enough until the lawyers put their phone down. That's very good.
It's brilliant.
Nice.
That's a great song.
That's a tune, man.
That is a tune. I choose my causes. Yes, white folks do choose their causes. Got a history.
Well, that's the thing.
choosing-
Is,
yeah.
I think a lot of what inspired that was thinking about almost like how we as white folks get to choose when to be upset, if that makes sense. We get to choose when to be incensed and outraged, whereas the people who are truly living these prejudice and this racism, they don't get to choose. They just got to figure out how they will deal with it on a day-to-day basis, not whether they will deal with it.
Not whether and not how to navigate what the cards they've been dealt. Yeah.
Give them the choice. By the way, guys, I just want to tell you that there's an astonishing article, if you can find it online, by Carolyn Randall Williams, who's an incredible writer. And the article was called "My Body is a Monument." And it started with the monuments coming down. But what she was saying, in effect, is my grandparents, beyond them to the great-great-grandparents, my grandmother was raped by a landowner, and I'm the result of it. I'm the monument, not those guys on the statues. It's beautifully written, and I didn't do it justice, but it's been on my heart and in my mind for a number of days now. I just wanted to let the audience know.
Thank you.
Thanks. We're gonna check that out. I'm gonna put it on screen right now for everyone to see that.
Carolyn Randall Williams.
Terry.
Wow.
Carolyn.
Stunning.
I started taking notes now during the show. There you go.
Adrian,
There you go.
were you working with the Zolas on this album?
No, this one was all solo and homemade. First time I've actually made.
Oh,
made
wait a
an
minute!
album
You were
myself.
on a stage in Kamloops. You were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Te-
Was it the Sage Theater?
Yeah, Sagebrush Theater in Kamloops.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
Row 4 on the aisle, there's a
Yeah.
plaque on that seat that's dedicated to my mother. The memory
No
of my mother.
way.
I have a heart.
Oh, Terry.
Terry.
Out for a sec. Oh, there he's back.
Hold on. Come back. Say that again.
Wait, you say it all again.
Yeah,
After
say that
plaque
again.
dedicated to your mother.
I'm connected to that theater because of Tom Kerr, the director, and just Kamloops and Kamloops acting. And so you did everything there on that. You recorded on the stage.
Yeah. So we were up there to do this theater production called Chelsea Hotel: The Songs of Leonard Cohen, which we started doing back in 2012. Is when I was part of the original cast and we originated the show, and it's been all over Canada since then. And we hadn't done it in 2 years, so we were about to revamp a sort of new production of that up in Kamloops with the Western Canada Theatre, and then. Day one of rehearsal, halfway through the day, the artistic director comes in, very emotional, and he says, like, sorry guys, all gatherings of more than like 50 have been canceled, so we can't do the show.
Wow.
And so then we were sort of stuck in Kamloops. A lot of us had rented out our homes in Vancouver and stuff, so the Western Canada Theatre, everyone was kind of just
classic,
stuck.
That's like
And they were really generous. They let us stay in the motel. They paid out our full contracts, and it was kind of like, well, what are we gonna do? And I got a key from the artistic director, and I just went in every day for a week. I had a mic set up on the stage. I had the ghost light. Do you guys know what a ghost light is?
No.
No, I know. I've always known what a ghost light is. I never knew that I knew, but I knew. And it made perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
tell the rest of us.
Tell the audience. Yeah.
So a ghost light's basically it's like a bulb on a tall pole, and it's kind of on a stand. And what they do is they pull it out at the end of the night once everyone's gone home from the theater, all the cast and crew. They leave that as the last light on in the theater in the middle of the stage. And part of it's pragmatic, like to keep people from like tripping over stuff. So there's one light source left. But part of it's superstitious, which is to keep theater ghosts, who are apparently quite mischievous, to keep theater ghosts from getting up to mischief. They leave a ghost light on. So I made this record in this big empty, like 750 person theater with the ghost light on, and it was also it was really amazing to think at that time when this COVID stuff was happening that all the theaters all around the world were just had their ghost lights on. And they were all empty.
Adrian, was the sound better with the curtains closed or open?
I had to close the big curtains on the wings because there was like sounded like a massive fridge over there that I had to like. But no, I left the stage like fully open, and I kind of like sang out to the audience. So you can't hear a lot of that on the album. There's like a cool acoustic, but it doesn't sound like.
So how far away from you? We won't go that nerdy for Terry. How far away from you, and what kind of mic and recorder did you?
Oh
use?
Jesus!
Oh come on, give me a break. These are okay. So what were you like the distance you would be as a performer acting on stage or what? Come on.
No, because it's a very intimate record. It's not theatrical whatsoever. The fact that it was done on a stage is because of circumstance. It wasn't by design, like, oh, I'm gonna make like a musical theater record. It's actually probably the most intimate record I've ever made, and I made it on this microphone right here.
Nice.
That's it, just that guy, and I played it and sang the songs just like you just watched, just like in real time. And the only overdubs I did were I added a couple. I had a few keyboard lines and things once I got home, but some of the songs are just the guitar and the vocal in one take, and very, very stripped down, simple thing.
Very cool.
Liam, come in there, boy.
Pardon me?
Jump
Get
in,
in
man. Jump in.
Well, this is the record here.
Yeah.
Sessions, right? Do you have another song from them? From that record?
This is it too. My girlfriend designed this. She it's so cool. COVID, you start doing all these weird creative things, right? She ordered a rubber stamp making kit, and so she carved a stamp out of rubber, and
so cool.
This is literally a stamp. Yeah.
That is dope. That's amazing.
Is that my advanced copy?
Yeah, that's it. I'll
Thank
pop
you.
it in the mail right after this.
Good, you better.
Yeah.
What's this song called?
So this one's called Talkin' Suicidal Depression Blues.
Oh, it's.
Do you have anything longer?
Nothing sadder.
Actually, I do. There's a song on the record called, and I'm not gonna play it today because it's in an open tuning and it's weird, but it's called Kelly Joe, I Heard You Sold Your Last Guitar. So I think that one wins for title.
That wins. Cool. Those are good. Those are awesome titles.
So this one is I mean, without getting, I feel like I got a bit heavy on the last song. This isn't a heavy song. This song was written for levity. It was written because, like, I have some mental health struggles. A lot of us have some mental health struggles. And, they're not, everyone, like, you moan and groan about them like I know I do, and they're tough and they're painful, but it's much better just, like, laugh about it and make fun of it. So this song was an attempt to just, like, to make fun of the dark head times. I also had never written a talkin' blues before, right? Like, all these artists I've grown up listening to, like Woody Guthrie and Bob Dylan and like Dan Byrne and Todd Snyder, these great folk singers. Yeah, exactly. They all do talkin' blues, and I love them. And I'd never written one, and so I was like, yeah, why don't I write one about this like heavy thing and just kind of like make fun of it. So hopefully, I'm gonna move the mic away a little bit. So it's
Rip it
not
out,
too
buddy.
loud. All right. Here we go. Well, I woke up bright and early today. Then I woke up again a little less early. Then I woke up again not quite so bright. And finally I said, okay, I better get this show on the road. So I put on my pants. And I put on my shirt. And I glanced at the clock. It was getting late, so I went back to bed. But I got to bed early. Some people have sad running in their veins. It's a default setting, they were wired that way. But you can't send back to the factory unless you have a warranty. So I wrote to my folks asking if mine was still good. And I waited a while for a response. Finally I heard back from them. They yelled down, move the hell out of our basement, please. Well, you start to think about suicide. What it'd be like if you up and died. How many people show up on your funeral day? What kind of speeches your friends would make? Of course, I guess you could find out these same things if you just up and got married. Maybe stick with the first plan. Suicide! Well, I wake up in the night with voices in my head. Still that talk when I go back to bed. Voices when I write, voices when I play. Voices follow me out on stage. Never heard so many voices. So I started talking back to him. I said, you don't deserve to be here. You don't control me. You can't control my mind because you're lonely. Nobody loves you. Nobody wants you. Nobody cares about you. You're wasting your time. You don't have any friends. Everything you do is worthless. You're a worthless. You'll die a worthless piece of worthless crap that nobody loves or cares about because you're worthless. Yeah, it didn't work. They're still there. I just gave him some new ideas. Well, I woke up bright and early again. This time I did it. I got out of bed. Got out of the house, made it to the gym. Patted my back and called it a win. Then I overheard some guy say, well, tomorrow's another day. I slapped him. Woo! Sad and you were sad and your friends are sad and your family's sad. Everyone is sad about being sad. Nothing is good, everything is bad. But you know what they say. It's good to have something to look forward to. I can't wait to hear what they say at my funeral or wedding. Alright. Well, I'm sad and you are sad and your friends are sad and your family's sad. Everyone is sad about being sad. Nothing is good, everything is bad. Well, I'm sad and you are sad and your friends are sad and your family's sad. Everyone is sad about being sad. Nothing is good. And everything is bad.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah,
That's,
I can hear it with strings.
that your beard and that hair really sells it. And
Oh, good, good.
And that bullet water bottle.
Yeah, you like
If
that?
that's what I love that.
That's what that is.
By the way,
It's
do you
on my
have
bedside.
neighbors on the other side of that wall?
Not anymore.
Okay.
I do the sound. I have neighbors on both sides, but all these years I've lived here, I've never really. The only complaints I've had have been parties. So, So yeah, I
Well
don't know.
done. Well done on the Talking Blues.
Yeah,
No
that's
thank
doubt.
you.
good.
I get a
like that.
huge Todd Snyder vibe off the top of that. You know, like Seattle grunge rock blues, or
Yeah.
even
Oh, I
like Beer
love it.
Run. You know, I
I
love
think
that
the
style.
grunge rock might be my favorite one actually. Like, and
Yeah.
Dan Burns one of my favorite songwriters, but I think Todd Snyder's grunge rock blues might be my favorite talking blues. That one's amazing.
I'm kidding.
It's really so funny.
So, Fugitives, man, you guys have been going along for, you guys have been together for a long, long, long time. For, I don't know, I want to say 13 to 14 years. I think
Yeah.
you. Am I
I mean-
in the ballpark?
Something like
2007.
Yeah, 07 was the first record. I wasn't even in the first iteration, so I've been with them since 09, and so I think they were probably formed in 06. So yeah, 14 years.
So you didn't record in my living room for $50 back in 2005, 2006. That wasn't you. I would have remembered you handing me $50.
Yeah.
And then
Or maybe
hearing
I
the
still owe
recording.
you. No,
No,
I wasn't
no.
in that.
No, I've stayed at your place many times since then. I don't know. You don't. We're good.
Yeah, we're even.
We're totally even. What's going on with the Fugitives? Because you guys were, or you got obviously put on hold with the rest of everything else. But are there any? Do you have any plans? Like
Yeah, we've
that-
actually done some recording. So Brendan McLeod, who's my sort of main cohort in the Fugitives, we kind of run the band and write the songs. So he's also a like story.
No!
Oh,
No!
is
that's
He's-
gonna be such a good story
A
too.
second and see if.
Oh, and he's
frozen.
back.
there you are.
Yay!
Okay,
Alright.
what was the last thing I said?
He's also a good star.
Okay, so yeah,
It's-
so Brendan McLeod, yeah, he's also a storyteller, slam poet, and he does these monologue performances sort of on certain issues. Anyway, the latest show, which actually was supposed to, I wasn't even going to be part of this show because I was doing Chelsea Hotel in Kamloops. He was supposed to debut his new show at the Chan Center in Vancouver in March. And to give it a really quick description, it's basically about war, how we remember, and it's specifically about the First World War. And so part of the conceit with this show was to take old war, like trench songs and poems, and repurpose them with new melodies, new music to make them more accessible to a modern audience. You know, because you listen to some of those old songs, and you're like, and it's like it's
Yeah.
hard to relate to them. So I was kind of like sort of the music director of this show, even though I wasn't going to be able to be in it. I was kind of helping write and arrange the tunes. And then we decided to make a record of that. So we went into Monarch Studios back in June for a couple weeks. We kind of potted with our other two most regular Fugitives, Chris Soon and Carly Fry, who are fiddle and banjo.
And they're based out of where?
They're all based in Vancouver, except Brendan had to come in from Ontario and he had to quarantine and do the whole thing.
Wow.
And so we made this record. We wrote a few new tunes for it. And when I say wrote new tunes, I mean we took the lyrics but then created the song. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a really cool record. It's
Wait,
yeah,
so
some of these lyrics are amazing.
Here's a question for you, and Terry, you know, maybe we can riff on this for a while. How do you find the hook, a lyrical hook from such older material, and like given like you're not going to put a modern pop hook on that, but like where do you find your lyrical?
Hey, Sean?
chunk? Yeah.
Sean, the question is, the hook finds you, right?
Well, I mean, maybe the hook finds you, but yeah, I mean, this is some reverse engineering you guys are doing. So
Okay.
what comes first there?
No, that's actually a really good question, and that was a big challenge. I think it's sort of like when you write your own song and you look through like lyric ideas, and then one lyric line might stand out, and then that might be something that you're like, oh, I could sing that 3 times in a row and not get sick of it, or like that
Yes.
kind of thing.
Right.
It's kind of like you're doing the same thing. So you're looking for a line that kind of encompasses the feeling or rhythmically sounds nice or whatever, that you can use as a centerpiece. So it was a lot of that kind of.
Can you give us an example?
Ah, nice move, buddy.
I see. I'm training for guitar.
Nice move. That is slick.
Well, there's one tune that it's a really bitter song written from a soldier's point of view, all about every verse is the lyrics are like, if you want to find the sergeant, I know where he is. He's sitting there stuffing his guts. Or if you want to find the general, I know where he is. He's drinking brandy at the bar. It's basically how all the higher ups are. That's
a hook.
But those are the verse hooks, and then so it'll be like, if you want to know sergeant, I know where he is. He's drinking brandy at the bar. I saw him drinking brandy at the bar. Those are the lyrics. So then we took the I saw hims and we made that like the chorus, like I saw him. So we just kind of plucked it out. So we took like liberties where we like broke up lines and took half lines to make them into things and stuff like that. But yeah,
that's great. That's
wow.
really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
When can do you have a timeline for when people can hear that?
We don't know when that'll come out yet. It's partly depends on when the theater show can get back on its feet. It's Brandon's show, but now
I used to work at the Chan.
Yeah,
I used to work at the Chan before COVID, so I'm waiting for the Chan to open up too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll depend on that and depend on, we just canceled a Germany tour that was supposed to happen in October. So
Don't you hate that, canceling the Germany tour?
I do. I was really.
Come on, man.
Actually, it only got canceled like 3 weeks ago. We thought it was maybe actually going to happen because Germany's been doing pretty well, and we were like, "Oh my God, we could go somewhere. This would be amazing." And no, it's canceled. So
We should have asked at the top of this entire shouting hour, and that is, how are you doing? You and Marlene, how's your neighborhood?
Oh well, thank you. Marlene's sitting here ready to play on this next tune. So Terry just asked how you and I are doing. Why don't you come in here,
Marlene? How you doing?
Oh, okay.
So
I trust you're all set up while you.
Yeah, we're doing great. I mean, all things considered, we feel extremely fortunate.
Hey, welcome.
Hello,
Marlene. So this is my girlfriend Marlene Guinato, who's going to sit down in a sec. And Marlene is actually also part of Chelsea Hotel, the Leonard Cohen theater piece.
Yeah!
Yay!
And you can't hear them, but here,
That's
you
okay.
can do this.
I'll leave you.
Okay. And so but Marlene has been living between Vancouver and New York, and so she was actually in New York since the beginning of January. And she came here just to do the show in Kamloops, and luckily she came 2 weeks earlier than she originally was going to because of a sublet situation in New York. So man, she missed the really crazy stuff beginning to happen in New York in mid-March by 10 days. So it's this weird thing where on the one hand we do feel like very fortunate in our own lives, but then of course you can't. Like so many of Marlene's friends back in New York are going through terrible times, and it's just we're so adjacent to it that it's you can't just like forget about it. You can't just be like, well, we're lucky, like too bad about them. It's like you feel it, right? And so it's been a crazy time.
Yeah.
Marlene,
Sorry.
is that guy sitting beside you? Is that the ball of fur? Is that the ball of fur that you fell in love with? This guy right here with all the hair.
Wait, I missed it.
He's asking.
Terry just hates hair. Yes, he just can't handle it.
Is that the ball of fur that you fell in love with? That's it.
Oh. Well, it wasn't what I fell in love with, but we've been together every day lately, so everyone asks me what I think of the haircut, and then I just say I didn't notice it was happening. It was like the frog in the boiling water. Like I didn't know that it was.
That's true. I haven't seen Adrian in a while, but I noticed it was happening.
Okay, the question then is, you're going to do a tune called "So Am I." Why did it need and why did it require that harmony and your involvement?
Do you want to answer how you ended up being on the song?
Because I was home.
Okay, that's good.
You
That's
answer,
usually
you
all it
answer.
takes. That's usually
Yeah.
really all it takes.
Hard for me to hear.
Proximity
Yeah.
effect.
Sorry, I can't hear that well.
Yeah, it was. Well, like I said, I recorded almost everything up on the stage, and then was just throwing down a few. And I was throwing down. There's almost no harmony on this record, which is very unusual for me because like I'm addicted to harmony. I love just layering harmonies as much as I can. The poor Fugitives, I arrange these crazy harmony parts for them, and they hate me because I make them learn it. But this record, Ghostlight Sessions, has almost no harmonies except for this. The last song on the record has some, and I was like, oh, Marlene's in the house. She has like a nice, beautiful, feminine voice. Why am I trying to sing way up there? So, so she sang on it.
Do you have room there?
Yeah, I do.
Let me see.
Okay.
I think this is our first duet that we've had on the show as well. So that's
this
really
is
nice.
indeed.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Thanks, Marlene.
That's awesome. Well, Marlene doesn't even come in until the end, but we should have done like a grand entrance. Oh, it's okay. Okay, here we go. This is a song to say what I couldn't say. Something gets in the way every time. It's a blessing, not a curse, to put money in your purse. But I'd like to know, wouldn't I? I've been going through the stages of all my various pages, the shit no eyes will ever see. And I wander to the end every now and then. Is there another way this could have been? And when you're overcome, or you come undone, and you're the only one, so am I. Now I wander through the trees that stretch out over the beach. The wind has shaped the way they lead, and there's something in the air that didn't used to be there. Something I can't touch, I can't see. I've been going through my things to see if maybe there's some meaning, for a sign of life in my possessions. 'Cause I've tried to fill my home with little joys that I've known, when being lonely gets to feel like a profession. And when you're overcome, or you come undone, and you're the only one, so am I. And when the colors fade, sometimes for days, and that's the way you're made, so am I.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. That's beautiful, you guys.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thanks, baby.
I like that. 3 distinctly different voices in 3 distinctly different writing styles of songs.
It's true, yeah.
Very, very cool. Very,
Thank
very
you,
different
Lee.
voices. Yeah,
They're all
thanks,
saying
Marlene.
thank you,
Thank
Marlene.
you.
Oh, thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you. Yeah, that was cool. That's the first duo. So maybe we can have duos again.
No, maybe we can
Yeah.
do horns. Let's do horns now.
Yep.
Okay.
Piano solo.
Yeah.
Actually,
more of that.
Adrian,
Yeah.
from what you were talking about songwriting, I wrote down, let's do a show on songwriters. Let's get
Yeah.
2-3 songwriters in here and let's just compare notes, because people think that it's easy or they don't even think about it. It's just a song that they hear. And I'm also fascinated by busking. Have you ever busked? You ever gone out there and busked on the streets?
Not really, not much. I remember one time because I live quite near False Creek on the seawall, and one time on a sunny Sunday, I decided, like, I was in a good mood. I thought, I'm gonna practice anyway. Why don't I go do it on the seawall? And so I like went down. I just like played tunes as people walked by, and then I had parked my car in like a loading zone because there was nowhere to park, and I found it that it got towed, and it just soured the entire experience for me. And I never did it again.
Man.
Come on. You live next to prime real estate for busking, though. You know.
Yeah,
Carnival
I know.
Island that's wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for Adrian. We thank you all. Liam, I don't want to speak for you, but
Speak for me.
This is really cool. This is really cool. Love this.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. This has been awesome.
Absolutely. Amazing songs. And the movie, again, is called Volition.
And it's called Ghostlight Sessions. Came out June the 19th. And then The Fugitives, who knows? The Fugitives are being fugitive.
Yeah, we're being a bit fugitive about it.
I'm gonna predict late fall, November 18th for you guys. You can hold me to it.
Well, I mean, it would sort of make sense to release that around Remembrance Day, but but also if we can't go tour, then that might be too early. So we'll see. But I should mention that even though I have a physical copy, like there aren't really physical copies available yet.
No.
This is like my own. We made like
embargo shit. I don't want to hear that embargo shit. Come on, get it to me so I can play it for people.
Okay, well, so this is the cool thing. It's available for download by donation on Bandcamp on
That's
my
right.
Bandcamp site.
NCP.
And 25% of the proceeds go to the NAACP. But also, when you download it, you get we made the like PDF files to. This is like a homemade CD. We just like cut it out and glued it. So we made the PDF files part of the download. So if you actually want your own physical CD, you can make it, and it has like a little like lyric booklet in it, and you just have to be able to burn your CD. So
Adrian, can I use my Groupon card?
Yeah.
Next one.
That is pretty handy though. That's a good project for the kids.
I love that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thank you, Adrian.
Thank you.
Adrian.
Thanks for coming on, my
Thanks
friend.
so much,
what a treat. Absolutely.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah. All right, stay safe, y'all.
Take care. Best of luck with Tom Hanks.
Thank you. See ya.
Oh, how long was that?